You know, to be honest, I wasn't sure if I want to do a Toonami intro for this or not, but I was like, you know, that'd either be in bad taste or redundant. But in any case, what's up, dudes? Welcome to my 300 video special. Now, I originally had something else planned for this. It was going to be a combo video for Ultimate Ninetales Naruto and Rev 2. But then I did a little research into this website called ToonamiArsenal.com, which happens to be basically a website storehouse for any bit of media that Toonami has ever put out, including every promo they've ever done and anything in general that you can even shake your stick at. It's basically like what some website I have that Biomedia Project is to Bionicle. It's just basically after this. And in my looking around it, I actually found something that was a little interesting. It's something called Toonami Total Immersion Events. It was basically a brief animated special they did back in the early 2000s as like either promos or like getting more audience more involved. I guess it's just something to break the monotony of just having everyone watching Dragon Ball Z all the time. That's my best guess anyway. So what this is it's Toonami the Intruder. This originally aired back in September 2000, and this was a means of apparently killing off the first Tom and bringing in Tom 2.0. Now this is gonna sound strange, but apparently this version of Tom, before Tom 2.0 kicks in, this is when Sonny Strait was still voicing Tom. And for the longest time, I remember seeing on Funimation's YouTube channel that Tom was voiced by Sonny Strait at some point. I just didn't know when that was. And then eventually they got Steve Blum in on there. So for the longest time, I was like, what? When did Sonny Strait voice Tom? I have no idea. Until I checked out the Toonami Wiki, and they were like, oh yeah, Sonny Strait voiced Tom from 1999, which is when they introduced Tom 1.0 to September 2000, where they killed off Tom and brought in Tom 2.0, which is now Steve Blum, which is basically Steve Blum from 2000 to present. So there you go. Yeah, I think this is sort of like the whole premise of these total immersion events is to like get the audience a little more personally attached to the Toonami roster or lineup, because it's not necessarily, Toonami isn't a graphics layout. It's not just there as like a template for everyone to like just come around, just sit around, just jerk each other off and have fun with it. Nah, I now realize there's a reason why everyone is so emotionally attached to Toonami, and it's because it had so much more life to it than a lot of other like block runs would have in their lineups. Like all credits to Adult Swim, but how they have just like a black background with like white text, that's cool, but it's more there for like art purposes. It's not there to get the audience engaged. I'm certain this rant's going somewhere, but yeah. So it's basically, so this entire thing is basically starting up. Wait, nah, I should probably go back in that last point. But anyway, I didn't realize this actually existed at all, because personally, I didn't start watching Toonami until like 2002, 2003, because back like 2001 prior, I always like watched VHS tapes, or if I wasn't doing that, I was like just passively doing stuff, mostly just like chilling, playing with my Bionicle toys and reading comics, and that was about it. I was never really a big TV guy back in the day, honestly. I always only watched Dragon Ball Z when it's on DVD. I think it's strange. I've only watched Dragon Ball Z on Toonami maybe like a handful of times. That's it. Which is strange, because I'm like the biggest advocate of DBZ and like the biggest fanboy of it, but I've never actually got to enjoy the original block runs of it. But I guess that's a story for another day. So now Tom's just going around checking out to see what's going on, who's broken into the Absolution, because you know someone would want to do that, I suppose. By the way, links are going to be down in the description below for anyone who wants to see this. Someone uploaded this to YouTube in 1080p. By the way, the audio upscaling from like sub 360 to fucking 1080p definitely shows. Not necessarily in graphics, because the graphics actually doesn't look too bad for this. It's more so in audio. Audio, this thing has like horrible static. I'm just like, oh my god, what is wrong with this? This isn't the only time it's present either. This is present across the board with a lot of different files I found for this. I don't know. I guess, well, when you're dealing with September 2000, I guess for anime TV specials, guess you can't really expect a whole lot more, but it's nice to dream of better audio quality, I suppose. I mean, the audio itself isn't horrendous. My only two gripes about it are, this first half of the run, I swear, it's got like the worst audio mixing in the world. They play the music either way too loudly, or Sonny Strait and Sarah are just talking way too quietly. Like, check the raw file for yourself in the description below if you want to listen to it yourself, and you'll see what I mean. They actually do crank the music up way too loud in this, which as an editor that bothers me, because I'm like, I can't really get too immersed in this now. But the other is, of course, buzzing in the background. But I'm not too sure if that was either how this was recorded, because, you know, 2000 probably records via VHS tape or DVD. I don't think DVD recording was really a thing back then, no. Not until later. Maybe like a year or two afterwards. But in either case, it's minimal, I guess. It's not like just like raw, just extract this shit and put it into a .avi file. But, who am I to judge? It's still pretty good. You know, I'm tempted to make a Majin Buu joke, but I don't think it's gonna be in good taste here.
It keeps eating with vines.
Okay. Man, could have been handled better. This is the weirdest day. What does this thing want?
Tough to say.
It wants to eat your ass, duh. Maybe it's not even a thing. Maybe it's just acid that someone pooped out.
How did I get blasted?
Did she say this thing's flawless or flauntless? I can't tell.
It's moving. Heading down the ship skeleton towards the starboard engine.
I can only imagine what happens if this thing got to the core.
Affirmative.
I'm going down there.
So this thing was just randomly flying around in space. It's like, yeah, I've just got you trying to eating your ship now. Who cares? It's like that. What was that movie that came out? Apollo 17, Apollo 18. One of those two movies. They're just aliens chilling out in the middle of space, just waiting for water to pass by and just start eating people. I don't understand that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's
It's eating through the ship.
But I'm not too sure what the guys at Cartoon Network were going for with this run of Toonami. I don't know if they're like trying to like create their own like little universe like DC or Bionicle did, or if they're just like making it there for like small little things. Because truth be told, there actually are like comic books that coincide with Toonami, but they're not like serial releases, like physical releases, but they're like web comics that you can go and read. And of course, I'm gonna make a video about that sometime, just me chilling and going through it. But by the way, earlier there was a shot of Tom randomly doing a front flip in the hallway. I'm like, okay, yeah. Apparently, aborted dead fetus with legs, Tom is pretty acrobatic. I'm not too sure what the story with that is, but who cares? Also, coming from someone who's actually never really seen this version of Tom before and was only raised on Tom 2.0 or 3.0, this version of Tom is just weird looking to me. I don't know. Like I just said, he actually does look like an aborted fetus with legs to me, and happens to be in body armor. It's just so blocky. I don't know, I can only imagine they got this thing on as like a temporary palette, since, you know, this thing was only on TV for all of a year, I suppose. That would do it. And then they got Tom 2.0 on for like 3 years, Tom 3.0 for like 4 years. But we're gonna get to that later. Ah, shit, plasma cutter from Dead Space not cutting it today. Ice beam, bitch. Well, there's no X-Parasite from Metroid, so I think you're screwed, Tom. I can't kill it! So much for that plasma cutter only run of Dead Space. Shit. You know I could get that achievement now, man. Eat that shot, bitch! What the fuck is this thing made of? Well, that's all my nightmares wrapped into the one. Tom just got killed by acidic goo in Eden. Yeah, that's my whole nightmare fuel right there. You just took a childhood classic of mine and just sold him. You. No, thank you. I love how every single one of the. I don't know if this would air at the end of the current episode or right before the next episode. But if it's the latter, they're spoiling the fuck out of this. Oh my god. Unless they're like typing in Dragon Ball Z and do it deliberately as like a cliff or as a grab, but I'm not sure. Alright, so this coming up right now. It's probably one of the coolest things ever, in all honesty. This is where my personal era of Toonami kicks in. And sadly, rest in peace, Sonny Strait as Tom. We got a new generation of badass voice actors coming along. By the way, Sonny Strait makes a surprisingly good Steve Blum. I mean, I've always thought that when I first listened to it, I was like, is that Steve Blum? That can't be Steve Blum. If he even managed to convince me that he sounded like Steve Blum, Sonny Strait's a pretty good voice actor. I mean, he is both Krillin and Bardock, so what can you expect? That was a clever title card. Ayo! Cool montage. Wow, this is not part of Joe Boy visual soundtrack. I have no idea where this is from.
Tom, can you hear me? Tom, I can't open that.
Let this intro signify what's about to come.
This thing is officially making me crazy.
Okay, so questionable animation aside, that's a pretty good intro as to what this new Tom's all about. It's a lot more stylized and has a bit more attitude.
Whoa. What's going on?
And Steve Blum, ladies and gentlemen. Yay!
I got destroyed.
Tom,
The intruder has completely.
I'm not sure destroy is the correct term.
it's eating it as we speak. There's not much time.
Okay, so what do we do?
The starboard engine is totally inoperative. We have to cut that thing loose before it eats the whole ship.
You gotta be kidding.
Fuck the engine.
No, I'm not. We've run out of options.
But-
no, we've already lost.
Oh, Sarah taking command.
This is getting costly.
Then again, she is the ship's AI, so I guess she calls the shots.
On the starboard wing, one on the outside, one on the inside.
Why don't you set the one on the inside?
This ship's also awfully armed to the teeth too for being a broadcast unit for Cartoon Network. Not even kidding, that's how they introduce themselves. The only intergalactic broadcast satellite for Cartoon Network or now Adult Swim. Wow, this walk cycle right here is actually, I don't know what to make of it. This shot right here it's alright. I mean, it shows Tom's a whole hell of a lot more nimble now. But this shot right here, I don't know what is up with that shot. I don't know if I like it because it's like a kind of like a wide angle shot of Tom walking to the camera or not. I don't know. I just find it very noteworthy.
AA-23.
I guess going back when I was talking about earlier with how Toonami is a lot more of a personal attachment thing than a lot of other blocks are. It's because this isn't. Personally, I've never seen what goes all on inside the Absolution before. So until I saw this, I was like, well, I don't know what goes on there. I don't even know if they want to elaborate or not. But according to this, they do want to build a little bit more of a connection with the audience to the ship and Tom and Sarah and all that good stuff. Oh, that amazing JPEG fire. Yeah, that's gonna be missed, I suppose. Which in marketing senses, not talking about the engine, but the connection, that's brilliant. That's gonna, like, I wouldn't necessarily ensure that people are gonna keep watching, but it's gonna make them feel more attached and
Great, right? Not
make them care more, which is always good. It's not their down engine, so hey, let's go order up another one. Why not?
Colin. Star Power, this is the Absolution.
Star power.
We're on our way to you as we speak. I've lost an engine, so it may take a while. Can I get parts and service?
One moment, please.
Should get a cost shipping handling.
Parts and service.
Yeah, hi, this is the Absolution L-Class Deep Space Explorer. We've lost our starboard engine.
I feel like I'm looking at something out of Ratchet and Clank.
Won't be there for about a month.
A month. Well, fuck.
Design?
I'd like to get the same ones we had.
Well, the model you got didn't recall.
Why?
Well, they're unstable after about 2 years. You'll get fluctuation in intermittent power output.
Well, we
So basically, these guys are saying that you can't just order 2 different engines and keep on the same ship. You gotta get a new set of engines.
you got.
Take a look.
Which is where it gets pretty cool because it's gonna give the audience like 3 different choices to choose from for what the Toonami graphics team is gonna put on the Absolution. I'm still kind of surprised what the audience went with. If I were to pick, I would probably go with probably the top left. I mean, that thing looks the most sleek and probably matches it pretty well. Yeah, I go with the Premiere or whatever it's called, the second one. Oh, you heard him, folks. Time to go to Toonami.com and punch these shit in. Oh yeah. Did anyone actually ever go to Japan for that contest? Yeah, so if anything, we're gonna send them to Japan. Gonna be a whole hell of a lot more underwhelming to those kids than they thought it was gonna be. Oops.
You voted on the best new engine for the Absolution.
I hope they did anyway.
And here it is. What a beauty.
So these guys voted for the Talon ST, which you know, I'm okay. First of all, what target demographic was making the votes? I can only assume it was like somewhere between like 8 and 12 years old was the majority of it. Because you know Cartoon Network and all. But why the Talon? I mean, that's just like so underwhelming compared to all the others. It's like the most simple. Oh, these people did win, huh? Only in well, of course, most of them came from California. Oh, come on, you guys just want a tally count. So again, why the Talon? I mean, it's the most plain looking, but I suppose it does complement the ship the most out of all of them. It is the most simplistic. But why would these kids vote for the most simplistic? I mean, I would think they vote for the Harper or something along those lines because it's like the most stylized. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at this more than I think than I should. But seriously, I guess it might also be because the Talon's like the most unique looking. Maybe. I suppose I can buy that. By the way, this is like one of my favorite songs out of Joe Boy Vigil's soundtrack, Deep Space Space. Which, by the way, you guys can find this entire soundtrack for free online. Well, this one you might have to pay money for it. I do know that Black Hole Mega Mix is totally free, and you can download that wherever you want. I think Supernova Mega Mix is also free. I'm not sure, but that was recently released. But I recommend not going to zenspace.com to get that because I nearly got my computer crashed because of the fucking viruses. But that's besides the point. My point here is that this Joe Boy Vigil soundtrack matches Toonami perfectly, and I love it. You guys should definitely check out the whole OST if you get the chance. Not quite on par with DJ Clark Nova, but that's just me.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
We're ready. Can we get 2 of the Talon STs?
I thought you guys were gonna go for the Harbor.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking.
Need a pair of the STs.
Oh yeah, well, it's gonna take a while though.
Whatever.
All right, I'll get the.
Did it really take a month for all the tallies to come into? You would think this could get done like 2 weeks with the voting, but a month? Damn, it's kind of nuts. Oh well, this is so weird. We're actually animating something on Toonami besides the Absolution. It just looks so, I don't know, out of place, I guess. By the way, I still want to add myself some high-res screenshots of Tom and use them as like some sort of backgrounds. Ignition, here we go. Probably, yeah, this is definitely my favorite song out of Joe Boy Vigil's soundtrack. It is so good. It's like the perfect blend between like hip hop and techno and like space music. It's so good. Doesn't go like with Toonami like some Mountain Dew. Did they change the bridge? It looks a little bit different. Oh yeah, they did. It's lacking a lot of green.
Yes. New engines are online.
Wait, so do you guys not replace the engines, but do you guys also get bored inside to replace the cockpit as well? Okay.
Acknowledged.
Ah, those horns. God love them. You know, every time I look at the Absolution, I can't help but just stare at that fucking reactor core that's in the middle of it. It's just so out there. Yeah, like I was saying, the Talons do match the ship the most, but why would people vote for that? Now it just looks like exactly like something out of Star Trek. Strange. Anyway, we have engines, so now we are on adventure of broadcasting anime. Worth it. Alright, so as a bit of a follow-up to this, I did receive word that, from the Toonami wiki that apparently Toonami is currently in works of the Intruder Part 2, which will be selling sometime in 2015. This is confirmed by Toonami's Tumblr page, by the way, which is a pretty damn good Tumblr. I kind of recommend people go check it out. And it's going to feature the same intruders before, but how they're going to accomplish that with motorcycle riding Tom that they have now, I'm not entirely sure. Excuse me. But besides that, I think this was a pretty good special. It's probably the best one that came out of these, and you know, it kind of killed out of Tom 1.0 and brought in Tom 2, which frankly, I think is the superior Tom. It's definitely like my most nostalgic, and I've never really seen the first Tom in action before. But maybe you guys will have more time to find more meaning in this, how they kind of changed them out. I don't know how many people actually are aware of this, because this was probably not marketed very well, if even I've never heard of it. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to my 300 video special. Thank you for tuning into all this shit in general and the shit things I do. But next time, we're going to take a let's watch of Toonami Lockdown, which was the second total immersion event they covered. See you guys then.